What's good, you guys? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Thank y'all for tuning in with us today. Hey, babe.
Hey, what's going on, sweet thing? How you doing over there?
I'm sleepy.
No, don't be sleepy. We gotta cook these chitlins over here. We gotta cook these chitlins. Look at that
Oh.
smile. Beautiful people use Afro Sheen. Look at that.
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's going on? How's your day been going so far? How was your day yesterday? What happened with you yesterday? Let the people know what happened with you yesterday.
I had to finish designing our house.
Yeah.
I had to add on to it, do some stuff, and we got to finish doing that. And we chilled yesterday after the show. I had a we had a great show. And then we just chilled. I think that's what we do. I got this new project. Um, it's in my head and it's clouding up everything else. I have to get it down on paper because I really feel like I want to make this movie. Y'all, I know everybody keep asking when your stuff gonna be on screen, when your stuff gonna be on screen, when your stuff gonna be on screen. Well, Black has a way of doing things. So when everything is ready, he'll be ready to film. But in the midst of that, I have a short and I have this long feature length film that I want to do. So I think we want to get those two out first. So I have to get this stuff, and I keep adding on to it daily, and it's becoming longer and longer and longer. And today I was thinking maybe it should be a book first and then the movie or something like that. I don't know. What you think?
I don't know. Is you talking about the movie with the three boys, or you talking about the other
Yeah.
short? Okay,
The,
I think the one with the three boys should actually be put into a series. I think that should be a series. That should be something that you do over 8 to 10 episodes, however long. I think that's a real dope little project, you know what I mean? And then you got the one that's actually a short, that could be filmed as a short with the politician, So uh I mean, it's the world is yours, baby. The world is yours. And big shout out to Papa for coming through yesterday and fixing our air conditioner, our air conditioner
yeah,
out here in Texas. And I see you got your thing bundled all the way up to your neck today. That AC hidden.
it
Yeah.
is.
Big
It
shout out
is.
to my stepfather for coming through and fixing our AC yesterday. We was out here, we was in here burning up a little bit, but we got this big old house, so it don't get hot real fast. So we happy.
Y'all, the listen, our condo was pretty cool, up and down, all this other stuff, the stairs, this and that and the third. But the house we move into, like when I was in the condo, when we were in the condo, like if I call him or if he say something to me, I can hear. I can hear. But being in this house, if you talking, you just talking to your damn self. You can't hear nothing. It's so much space. It's just so much space. My backyard is like a vacation spot. And I'm not being funny. It's a lot going on. I haven't had a chance to enjoy it like I would want to enjoy it because the sun in Texas is like god damn. And then bugs. I don't do bugs. Like I will stop everything about a damn bug.
I think we're gonna
But
get to enjoy it here real soon because it's starting to calm down, and we're gonna get that fire pit on the back porch and get our stuff together. We still working on our patio, so it'll be able to enjoy it real soon. You know what I mean? That mosquitoes gonna get ready to chill out here in a little bit.
I had like hopes and dreams of going out. Like I have a garden. I had hopes and
I done
dreams of
killed a lot of bugs. Don't front. I done killed a lot
wait,
of bugs.
wait, let me get to that. Before you killed them, they was running our ass over. The bugs is vicious out here. They're vicious. I had all these hopes and dreams. Um,
So okay. So we had and shout out to Twitch. We now official on
yeah,
Twitch.
we're official.
We was waiting to see if y'all was gonna see any commercials on Twitch. We didn't know if we was gonna be showing commercials on Twitch or not. But yeah, we official now. But I'm sorry. Go back to the bug. Salute to everybody watching on
Oh,
Twitch.
so I had hopes and dreams of going out there and being in the garden and planting intrusive flowers to go along with the other flowers and all that. But it was a wasp nest that was stopping it and spiders. I hate spiders. And yeah, it's a whole bunch of other insects that will tear your ass up. And I don't want that. I don't want that. But my man, my mighty man, he went out there and he been on their ass every Sunday for 3 months. These bugs is vicious out here, especially with a lot of greenery. And then it's a raccoon. And yeah,
Is it that you seen a raccoon? I only seen a possum.
I seen a raccoon. It's a raccoon out there.
Yeah, we seen a bobcat out there one day.
Yeah, it's a lot going on out there outdoors.
Oh yeah, she saw a spider the other day, Cartrell. She saw a spider, bro. I think it was a wolf spider though. And if you from Texas, you know how big them wolf spiders is, but they ain't poisonous though. You know what I'm saying? But them hoes is very, very intimidating. You know what I mean? And she saw one for the first time and it was yelling, white and black. That shit tripped her out.
It tripped me out because we was on the walk. It's plenty of wildlife out here. For some reason, it keeps finding us.
Well,
We
we
was
live
on
on
the
a lake.
walk.
We live on
Listen,
a lake.
right? We do live on the lake. But I thought it was you know how a tree branch falls down, and I thought a tree branch was hanging up in the spider web, and I look over there, and it's a spider the size of my damn hand. I said, nope, absolutely. I took off, baby. Nope. because I got bit. I got bit by a spider on the back of my leg, and my leg swole up really big, and it was really hard. And I still have discoloration on the back of my leg from being bit by this spider. Not only that, but how many weeks ago was this when I got stung by that damn bee? Right where we saw the spider. I mean, the spider.
Like two.
Y'all, it was the worst thing. I got stung by a bee, and like the good thing is I came up with a concoction, an invention.
You came up with a concoction or an invention, or I came up with the concoction or invention?
You came up with the concoction and the invention, but I bought the rest of the stuff so I could continue this concoction and invent. See, we found a way to keep me from itching from the bee venom.
Anyway, you about ready to get to this? Get to your story today. We're gonna be on this story. I caught two new cases while I was out on bond. 2 cases while out on bail. This is where you at today. What you thinking about that? What you thinking about that going into that? What's the first thing that's going on in your mind before we get into the story on I caught 2 cases while out on bond?
Stupid stuff.
Come on with
stupid stuff. Like I really did catch 2 cases. Like that was the dumbest shit I could have done. It was the dumbest stuff I could have done by catching them cases.
Okay. Well, we're finna get into
it's more, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I don't know what you're doing over there, but you're on the live right now, so you got to come on with it.
I'm trying to control this thing. I need to block something. Go ahead.
Yeah, don't worry about that right now. Let's get to it. Hold on. There we go. You ready? Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, let me get it set up, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this thing going on this end. Let's see here.
Y'all so much. What I'm talking about today is what happened when I bonded out. What happened when I bonded out, when I touched foot in Chicago, the heartbreak, the upset, and the 2 other cases that I caught that made me say, man, fuck all of this. That just made me say, fuck all of this. When I bonded out, I had to go to Philly. Then I went to Chicago. Chicago is where, I had to sit down and wait to my preliminary hearing because I didn't give the jail address in Philadelphia. So I went to Chicago. And the whole time that I was gone 30 days. I had left money out on the street before I turned myself in. My man who had turned me in, who went with me to turn myself in, I left him money. I left money out with my kids, grandparents, so they could take care of my kids while I was gone. So the 30 days that I was gone, between him and them, they ran through $30,000 motherfucking dollars. I'm not understanding because then nobody has shit to show for it. You know what I'm saying? How do you run through $30,000 in 30 days?
So check this out. So let's get to it right now. So you got how do you get to the sum? That's a random sum. How do you get to the sum of $30,000? You left all of this to this dude, you left some to the kids. How do you get to $30,000 to leaving them with that? That was your last. What was that?
That was pretty much my last at that point. I had money split up in different places. I left some to the grandparents to take care of the kids. I didn't know how long I was going to be gone. I didn't know if I was going to get a bond or any of that. So all the money I had, I had one person holding a lump sum of money. You know what I'm saying? And I had money in my pocket. And plus Nana still had money. that I had left from the $4,000,
Right.
you know? And so what I did was I split the money up three ways. I split the money up three ways. I left the kids' grandparents with some to take care of the children. And I'm the type of person, if my kids is gonna be there, then no matter what's going on in that household, I'm gonna take care of it. You know. Um, I didn't know how long I was gonna be gone. So that money should hold you over.
Let me ask you this, because we kind of covered this yesterday as far as you being the breadwinner, but you leave this guy, you leave him a large sum of money as well. What are your expectations for this person when you leave them a large sum of money as you're going into jail or about to be sent to prison or whatever?
Well, when I left it with the dude who I was dealing with, the money I left him, the conversation that we had, that we had was to put the money back out in the street to flip the money. You know, he didn't know how to do nothing else, so it was for him to flip the money back out in the street to get up on his feet. He wasn't trying to like work no job and no stuff like that. So I already knew the direction he was heading in. So I left him that money.
Was you comfortable like with him having success with that money, or did you kind of know in the back of your mind that this flip? Because when you out there selling dope or whatever, you hustling, and if you ain't really had no success and really had no motion or nothing like that, then it's always kind of like pissing in the wind. You don't know what's gonna happen, if you're gonna hit some or the wind gonna catch it. So did you feel like he was gonna make something happen internally, or did you just kind of feel like it was a Hail Mary?
It was a Hail Mary. I didn't know.
Mm.
I absolutely didn't know because listen, he had his own little you dig going on. His own little you dig. It wasn't nothing heavy. Once again, when you making money the type of money that I was making, it cover up the shit smell. So I don't know. I really don't care. I don't care about nothing he got going on. I hear him telling stories and shit. I hear what he say he can do, but I haven't been there personally to witness anything. You know?
Mm.
And so he done the whole time we've been together, he talking about what he can do, what he can do, what he can do, what he can do. All right, now it's time to either shit or get up off the pot. I'm down. You know what I'm saying? So I'm finna take this. You ain't gotta rely on nobody. Take this. You take this money because this my dude. You take this money, get up on your feet, and make stuff happen. Once again, this is the speech I gave him. I don't know what's going to happen with me. I don't know if I'm coming home. I don't know if I'm getting a bond. I don't know. I've never been through this process before, you know? And so you go ahead and you make it do what it do. It's time to show me what you keep talking about. It's time to show me what you keep talking about. You ain't got to wait on nobody. You ain't got to do none of that. So let me see what you're about.
Mm.
And 30 between him and them, they ran through 30,000 motherfucking dollars. I'm not understanding because then nobody has shit to show for it. You know what I'm saying? How do you run through $30,000 in 30 days? In 30 days, can't say it was the kids, because y'all ain't bought my kids shit new. And check this out, women need to understand something. When you go to jail and when you come home, it's very rare that a female has anything to come home to. We have to start from scratch. Whereas a man, when he go to jail, you know what I'm saying? It's very rare that he don't have anything to come home to because somebody always going to welcome this man in. I don't know why, but somebody's always going to welcome this man in. It's always going to be a woman that's preparing a house for him, getting his clothes and all this shit. Well, my man didn't do that. He was on the phone crying and shit when I was on the road to Chicago before I turned myself in and all this other shit. The money that I left him, he spent. He tried to convince me that he spent the majority of the money putting money on the phone so I can call. I ain't never called. Listen, my phone calls maybe was a couple of $100, if that, for 30 days. Yet, you done spend thousands. You're talking about you had to, pay for people to get in the club and VIP and all this other shit. Nigga, I don't have a home to come home to. You didn't get.
So I heard you say this before, and you made this an extravagant point. I'm not. It was pretty extravagant, and it like enlightened me a lot. You said this on when we was on the show. You done said this a couple of times. You said that when men go to jail, they typically have something to come home to.
Yeah.
It's some woman somewhere that he done picked up or done scrounged up or whatever, or he got in the background or something that's gonna put a house together for him. But you said, but when women come home from jail, it's not that. That's not that same type of energy for women coming home from prison. Elaborate on that, because I think I when you said that the first time I ever heard you said that, it stopped me for a second. I was like, damn, she right.
Yeah. A man has a woman, he has a mother, he has all of this. He have welcome home parties, it's some woman and a guy him riding for him, or he got a bitch out there in the street riding for him, sending him money every week, doing all this. A woman don't have that. Do you know how many women, like, you done been in?
Yeah.
How many of your people that had visits and every damn thing weekly? Some bitch getting on that bus, coming up there to see them, making sure they got all they ducks in a row, handling their business. I didn't have not one visit. It is rare to see females get visits. I mean, they get visits, but it's rare. It's a rare thing. A lot of women come home, they have to go to halfway houses, and they have to stay up in there until they get up on their feet. If a dude come home, and he have to go to a halfway house, he only got to be there for protocol. Then he going to a crib that's been prepared for him. And then I was the breadwinner. Who the hell taking care of me if I'm the one who making the money? I'm not no damn crackhead. Crackheads be up in prison. Crackheads be up in jail because you got some trick on the street that's shelling out. I make the money. I take the risk or whatever. So nobody's going to do or go as hard as me to take care of me.
And I think that comment that you made as well, that resonated with me also, because like you said, I've been in as well. So you see the visiting room, and a lot of dudes. This was a lot of dudes going to visit all the time, and staying. That was like a competition for us. Who was gonna be the freshest when we go to visit? Who gonna have their clothes creased down the hardest? Who gonna have the nicest shoes? Who gonna be who gonna be looking the flyest when we go out to visit? And I guess when you said that women, they don't really have visits like that. And I thought about it, and because I do have an aunt that did 30 years in prison. And I just had to think about who would be going out there to visit her. You know what I mean? And can you tell me what the visiting room looked like in a female prison or jail?
I can't. I could tell you how many people I seen going on a visit. I could count maybe two or three every other month.
Wow.
And you see them walking because you got to put on your state clothes when they go to visit. It's very rare. And it's like, that's why it's so easy. I mean, you know me, you're my man. So other people just hear me talking, thinking I fuck with everybody and I'm social, this, that, and the third. No, I give them my ass to kiss. Because it was so easy for people to act like I didn't exist when I was locked up. I had absolutely no visits. None. And I talked to three people on the damn phone.
Was it a certain type of female that was getting visits in there? Or it didn't matter what they looked like, or what they just didn't nobody give a fuck about them, or go care to come see them or bring their kids or anything while they was down there?
Nope. No.
Wow.
Like, to get a visit, if a person got a visit, it went through the whole yard. Oh, they got a visit. They got a visit today. They got a visit. They got a visit. And that was something that was rare.
Wow.
Get a home for me? Phone so I can call. I ain't never called. Listen, my phone calls maybe was a couple of $100, if that, for 30 days. Yet, you done spend thousands. You're talking about you had to, pay for people to get in the club and VIP and all this other shit. Nigga, I don't have a home to come home to. You didn't get a home for me. He didn't.
Let me ask you. Go ahead. What you?
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
No, because I mean, now this is something I got to ask you in relevance to you. You're obviously projecting anger because he was out in the club doing this shit and stuff like that. Now I only have to just in my mind think that because of the lifestyle that you lived and who you are and who you were, like you said, was a breadwinner. I mean, was that y'all lifestyle before? Was y'all already going out to the club and balling out and making it rain and buying VIP and all that? Why was he doing that, and why did he feel that was
I have never went to no goddamn club with this nigga. Never, never, ever, never, 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 ever, never. He didn't even go to the club, which blows me. Because what the hell is you at the club for VIP balling out for? What the fuck is you celebrating? Poverty? You ain't got a pot to piss in or what to throw it out of. Why are you out at a club talking about you paying for people to get in VIP? Since when? You ain't doing with your goddamn money, but you gonna do it with mine? None. You supposed to be out here on the come up. Like, what? What the fuck is you celebrating? You ain't made no flips.
He ain't made no what? He ain't made no flips.
He ain't flipped shit. A table? A chair? Nothing. He ain't joined the Jesse White tumblers. Nothing. He ain't did nothing. So what the fuck is you in VIP for? Cry out. VIP. Listen, this is real. I bit my damn lip yelling VIP. And don't blame. Here's the thing. Don't blame. I don't like people blaming me for stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? You talking about your calling. Nigga, I don't even call you like that. Let's be real. Let's be real. And
go ahead. Let it go. Let it go.
No, because I don't. It's this stuff like this make you sit back and realize who you was dealing with. A clown. This shit is clown shit. This is clown shit. Man, I'm going through it because you up in there. Bitch, you free. I'm locked up. What is you going through? You free with bread. Bread I gave you. What are you going through? I'm not in here sucking no dick. I'm locked up. What are you going through?
He missed you.
Man.
Okay.
Home to come home to. You didn't get a home for me. You know? He didn't have nothing for me but dick. But dick. That's the only thing he had for me. And it blew me to my core. Now, what else I didn't say is the 30 days that I was locked up, and yet I'm calling my man to check on him, you know, because this is my dude. He out here. Not only has he spent this money stupidly, I can't even get it out. Not only did he spend his money on stupid shit, but he also spent it with bitches, entertaining and shit. This motherfucker out there fucking and, you know what I'm saying, doing all this other good shit. You know, he's doing all this good shit. And it's like, yo. Now, I don't know this, but of course I don't know this. So when I get back to Chicago and I see I don't have shit for me, I'm salty. So this throws a wedge in our relationship because guess what? I make more money than him, or I was making more money than him. This motherfucker, he ain't bought no ounces. He ain't did nothing but spent it. Talking about fucking VIP club. Stupidity. You know? Excuse me. Just stupid shit. Just straight stupid shit. I don't understand. Now, I'm talking about my folks who came and got me from out there. He had a couple of dollars put up for me. You know, he had a couple of thousand put up for me. I didn't want to mess with that. Now, when I came home, it was time for my nails to be done. It's time for my hair to get done. You think my man did that for me? Mind you, before my man was with me, he was wearing motherfucking Old Navy. I put this man in Gucci. I'm talking about shit he couldn't even pronounce. He wasn't that type of dude. But I'm making sure he have the best. And this motherfucker made sure I had the best fucking attitude. You know, it just goes to show you. Now he's acting funny the whole time. He's acting funny all the way up until Christmas. I come home like 2 days before Thanksgiving. He's acting funny all the way up until Christmas. I'm talking about he just so irritated. I asked this nigga for a couple of dollars to give me something to eat. He acted as if I asked him to rob a motherfucking bank. He looked at me, fuck you, man. Like I don't get bitches money. I mean, he didn't say that verbally, but that's.
Oh,
I will never fucking forget. We go to Harold's Chicken on 88th and Stony Island. You know, first of all, he didn't want to take me over there. We go over in there, I order my food. He know my money is low, right? Because he know my money low. So I order my food. He gonna stand back and gonna look at me like,
wow.
And so the girl was like, is you okay? Because I'm standing there in disbelief. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you fucking serious? I'm standing there in disbelief. So the girl like, you all right? You okay? I mean, and I turn around, what the fuck you mean? Am I all right? Okay, bitch, I'm going through it over here. I just got to jail. This motherfucker spent all my money, my brand low. I'm out here looking like a bum ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? And he won't even give me nothing to eat. Turns out, the reason why he didn't want to take me to that Harold's is because the damn bitch who asked me, am I all right, was the bitch he was fucking with.
Damn. So the Chicken Shack bitch. Damn. So did he at least pay for the food?
I walked out because I never stand here and beg you to do a motherfucking thing for me, especially when I feel like you, my dude, and you know the situation I'm in, and you just it's different things. It's different things in me. I walked out, right? I walked out and I got in the car, and I promise you, I made my man up because I was supposed to be laying low. I made my man up like, yeah, I'm not finna do this. I'm not finna do this. I was fresh. You know, jail was only on me for 30 days. I don't know the time I'm facing. I heard it, but it hasn't registered on me. I refuse to allow somebody to treat me fucked up. I refuse. I didn't do nothing to you. And people, when you go to jail, like, he tried to make me going to jail all about him. Like I purposely went to jail. Like I went to a fucking vacation. Like I was at the Bahamas, or I was on the Virgin Islands, or, you know, I was on a cruise without him. Nigga, I caught a case. And you wasn't prepared. You wasn't prepared. So
you feel like he weaponized once you had a spill, he weaponized everything you did. He tried to turn your hustle, which he was benefiting from, into a weapon against you.
I don't even think I got that far off into the thoughts. What the way I see it is, the way I look at it, and I say this often, it's like somebody gave him this dope ass Victorian house. You know what I'm saying? And when he first get in it, everything is done for him. But the moment he had to do some shit, he just let that shit go.
Like,
he just let it go.
Why the fuck? Yeah. His house? Why?
Yeah. He couldn't afford the upkeep. He couldn't. And shit like that makes you realize people don't love you. They love what you can do for them. He probably couldn't stand my ass, you know? And dudes, I'm gonna speak for me. I'm gonna speak for the type of stuff I went through. I can't speak for everybody else. But a lot of dudes, by me making the money that I was making, me having a hustle that I had, and me being who I was very popular. Very popular. And so a lot of dudes wanted to, they wanted me because I'm the popular bitch. They wanted me. I was a notch under their belt. And You get me and you want to change every fucking thing about me. And then you want to try to get on the inside, which is me, and then try to tear me down to everybody else. You know, like I never did anything fucked up to you. Why do I deserve this? I remember him calling me like just attacking me. You would have thought this was a nigga I cheated on, slept with his friends. You would have thought I'm talking about verbally attacking me. Like it was, oh God, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. I couldn't have no friends. Really didn't want me around my family. Wanted to dictate which family members I seen. Um, don't want me looking at people in their eyes. Keep your head to the ground. All type of shit. It became really bad after I caught that case.
Do you feel like that was because you was in a vulnerable
Yes, absolutely.
because it wasn't
Absolutely.
like that before. It wasn't like that before.
No, no, no.
Mhm. See, because I mean, we have discussions a lot, and I mean, a lot of your strife is with family members, but we never had the discussion. I didn't know that you was going through all that as well in your relationship. That you felt like people were mistreating you, even in your relationships, because your actual relationship, because you was in a vulnerable position and they could take advantage of you, and you feel like they took advantage of you.
Man, so many people did me so fucked up. And that's why I am right there. Y'all, I'm getting pissed off listening to this. I'm sorry, y'all. But I went through so much shit, so much stuff, so much stuff. And it gave me a form of PTSD. Like, I don't like certain shit being said to me. None of that. None of it. I don't like, I don't think y'all understand. We went to the movie theater. We went to the movie theater because I'm still trying to figure out what's wrong with you, you know. And I remember us walking to the door. We walk into the movie theater door, and he's behind me. Some dude was coming out the door. You know what I'm saying? He coming out the door, and he opened he opened the damn door. He was coming out, so he held the door open. I walked through. This nigga, you don't walk through no more. Listen, when I walk through, dude look me in my face. You know, he looked me in my face. This motherfucker, you don't walk through no goddamn door, no other nigga hole. The fuck you looking them in the face? You keep your damn ass to the ground and all this other stuff. Imagine we at the movie theater. It's other people around. He don't want to go up in the movie theater. It's this theater in Chicago. I remember us. They got like this chest, this human size chessboard. You know, we go over there and he just going off, and it's crazy to me. I'm like, where's all this coming from? And I'm trying to like jog my memory. What have I ever done to this dude for him to be treating me like this? It's puzzling to me. Puzzling. And this he telling me, he was like, man, you so fucking fat.
Mm.
You so fucking fat. You fat as fuck. You a fat ass bitch. You fucking fat. And I was like, you so fat, you done made me fat. It was a lot. Oh, I went through a lot of shit. I went through a lot of shit.
And you feel like the only reason why you being treated this way is because you're in a vulnerable position.
Absolutely.
Mm.
That's why, and I give people my ass to kiss. You can't get close to me. You can't fuck with me. You can't talk to me. You can't. Oh, I'm proud of you, man. Fuck you. Like, and it's really that way. I'm so serious. I'm not saying it just for show. I'm not saying it for the internet. I'm not saying it trying to be famous. This is how it is. This is how it is.
Mm.
I do not play with these people. You'll never get a chance to get a hold to me and do no foul shit to me. And that's why I'm very vocal about my life, because you will never get a chance to try to weaponize my life against me. Bitch, it is what it is. Here it go. You know what I'm saying? I can tell my truth. Let's talk about yours.
Mm. Let's get to it.
Mind you, I'm so fucking broke. Before dude left me to stay because the bitch was evicted. She ain't had no case.
Now he's acting funny the whole time. He's acting funny all the way up until Christmas. I come home like 2 days before Thanksgiving. He's acting funny all the way up until Christmas. I'm talking about he just so irritated. I asked this nigga for a couple of dollars to get me something to eat. He acted as if I asked him to rob a motherfucking bank. He looked at me, fuck you, man. Like, I don't get bitches money. I mean, he didn't say that verbally, but that's the way the motherfucker was acting. You know? So Christmas Day, he left me. Christmas Day, that motherfucker left me. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, he had been cheating with his...
Did he get you a Christmas present? Damn.
His ex-bitch. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, he had been cheating with his ex-bitch, the homeless stripper bitch. The bitch who goes shake her pussy every night and ass every night, but still didn't have a fucking place to stay because the bitch was evicted. She ain't had no case. The bitch just was a piss poor asshole. That's what she was. Only thing she had going for herself was a cute face. Nothing more. You know what I'm saying? That's who he was cheating on me with, along with the other bitches he met at the club. You know, so once again, on Christmas Day, he left me. So, January, I think it was January 30th, I had my preliminary hearing. Mind you, I'm so fucking broke. Before dude left me, like 2 days before he left me, again, I don't want to touch the money that my folks is holding. But I'm telling him like, yo, I need some money. This motherfucker ain't say I have money for you. Once again, he blew everything I gave him. This motherfucker suggested I pawn my jewelry. They see he's
wait.
Pawn my jewelry. Pawn my jewelry. He told me to pawn my jewelry. You can go ahead.
Suggested I pawn my fucking jewelry. So that's how I was able to get money. I pawned my fucking jewelry. Do you know how I felt? Now, when we walk up into the... And he took me to the pawn shop. And he suggested it. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we walk up in the fucking pawn shop, like the people, you know, they you know, pawn shop owners, they grimy. They grimy. They're very grimy. So when they see the pieces I got, now I got real fucking jewelry, real diamonds. You know what I'm saying? Real gold and shit like this. Eyes big than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They looking at this shit and they don't got no shit up in there like that. So these motherfuckers start lowballing me though. You know what I'm saying? Well, I can give you $150 for this. This is a fucking $5,000 watch. Well, I can give you $50 for this. This is a $7,000 fucking Cuban link bracelet. Like I'm talking about they lowball the shit up out of me, but I had no other options. Now I was staying at my auntie house, you know what I'm saying? And my auntie, I love my auntie dearly, but my auntie is not a person I want to stay up under. You know, she been living by herself forever. She's not a nasty person, none of this shit. But my auntie, she's just a person who needs to be by herself. I'm a whole adult. You know what I'm saying? I've done shit out in these streets and shit like that. You cannot talk to me like I'm a fucking kid. So every relationship or every person I had to rely on when I came home was not there supportive for me. Talking shit to me, well, you should have did this. I was just like, how the fuck? First of all, when everything was all good, motherfuckers was all smooth. Hey, how you doing? What's good? I love you. All this other goofy ass shit. Now, you know what I'm saying? I need somebody to support me. The shit is not equal. It's not fucking equal. You know what I'm saying? And that shit, it did something to me. So when I go off to the preliminary, wait, let me tell you how I got to the preliminary. I didn't even have a fucking car. The car that I initially drove to Chicago in, I dumped that shit on like 116, 117, 118 and Eggleston. I got out that motherfucker, never looked back. You know what I'm saying? That boy ended up sending me a car to Chicago. That's how I ended up having a car. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was able to move around because the dude who I was with, my boyfriend, he didn't want to do shit for me. And this all the time because, you know what I'm saying? He'll tell you, oh, she broke my heart going to jail. Who the fuck asked to go to jail? I was indicted. I had to turn myself in. A real dude, especially one I done been down with, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers would have been there. He was an opportunist. Motherfuckers was really an opportunist on some real life shit, if you really want to be technical.
Let me ask you this. when you and this gentleman was together, did he try to ask you to stop your criminal enterprise, stop your life, stop making money, stop? Did he try to turn you away from that? Did he say that he disagreed with that and he didn't want you doing that? Was that ever a conversation that you and him had?
No, the conversation that we had was he wanted me to bring him into their world.
Oh, he wanted to be like you. He wanted to do what you was doing. But you wouldn't oblige that, or what? Did you do that? Did you?
Okay, so let me explain this, because I got to explain this a couple of different ways to make you understand. Certain things happen to me in my life, and I've seen certain situations where it is you don't bring people into criminal shit that you're doing.
Right.
You know, it's a lady named Michelle Fletcher. Michelle Fletcher was over La Femme Face Hell. She still is. If y'all watch Trap Queen or My True Life Crime Story, she was just on My True Life Crime Story. Well, that's my original publisher. Well, how Michelle Fletcher got caught, like she was the first person to steal $1 billion from corporate. So the whole scamming thing, she was at the top. She stole $1 billion. Nobody else has made that. You know, that LifeLock stuff where the banks had that LifeLock stuff on your Social Security. She patented that. And how she patented that, they gave her life in the feds. But how they overturned it, she had to show them how she did what she did. So that's how that LifeLock stuff was created. You know,
that's a black woman.
Yeah, Michelle Fletcher. She was just on the Heinrich was on there. But My True Life Crime Story, yeah. But I say all that to say this. How Michelle got caught, she was this was my publisher, my first publisher. This is who I was signed with for 10 years. How she got caught, she was doing this. She was doing this, messing with the cars. That was her thing. New York chick, you know. Well, she was messing with this dude named Francis. Francis was this dope dealer. It ended up being her husband. He wanted to come over into her world. So scamming. So she started showing him how to do the shit. When people first start scamming, especially if it's up on scam, if it's a scam that nobody else is up on, they be excited and shit. Because you know it's like, nobody knows this. Ha ha ha. They be excited to get in the door, knock the doors down. Well, they was having she was pregnant and they was having a sleepover for the oldest daughter, and her oldest daughter baby daddy, he was one of the dudes from Bad Boys. So this bitch, you know, she in this shit. And something happened with the VCR, the DVD player. So he has to go out, listen to this. He has to go out and get a DVD player. Well, he goes to like a Walgreens or a CVS. You know, they used to stack the DVD players up. Stack them up high. So instead of him going in there and getting it's a Sunday night. Instead of him going in there getting one DVD player, he buys 6 of them. Not only did he buy 6 of them, but he get a cash advance on this thing. Now it's a slow ass Sunday night up in this Walgreens. You got this black man coming up and they're making this big purchase. It is what it is. Security, you know, he's watching the camera and shit, and he like, who the hell is this man? 6 DVD players, you know, and then getting the money or whatever. So he don't think shit of it, but he zoom in on him when he goes out. He see the kind of car he's driving. Let's just say he's driving a Benz. You know, he zoom in on a license plate and he like, damn, dude, balling. This is just an honest thought. You know, he leaves the parking lot going on about life. However it goes, a few days later, security officer, he goes to work. Now, when he get to work, he has to talk to the manager. Now, the manager can't talk to him right then and there, tells him to wait because it's this lady on the damn phone who lives all the way in, let's say, Tennessee. And she's calling because there was a purchase, a lot like $400-500 made on her credit card, and she has not been in Maryland. She ain't been there. So how the hell is this possible? So the manager is talking. The security officer hears here's this conversation, and the security officer like, well, it was a dude came in, he talking in the background. So the manager like telling her like, hold on, ma'am, and she hit a security officer out, and the manager tell girl, I'm gonna call you back. So the security officer tell the manager the story. They run tape back, see him, see his car. You know what I'm saying? So they call the lady back. They tell the lady they could refund it. They seen that it was fraudulent activity. The lady like, nah, fuck that. Save that tape. I'm calling the police. So the lady calls the police, and the police notify the feds. And so what they do is they track that license plate down. They track the license plate down. They start tracking them. They put a tail on them. And they did this shit for 8 months. And everybody got fucking life.
Damn.
So.
And this lady personally.
She's I live with her when I lived in Maryland. Yeah, this is my first publisher. This is the person who gave me my first book deal. Because this is La Femme Fatale. You could Google, like I said, my true life crime story, her episode just aired. It just aired. This is the person, and to this day, she's still trying to get me to do shit. Still want me to come over there and write. My first books was up under her. Now, I know this story. I know it because this has been drilled into me. So when he's telling me, bring me over there to your world and everything, first of all, dude, you look sneaky as hell. Like you used to robbing people. You can't go in no bank and hit for nothing. So you're going to have to incorporate other damn people. The more people you incorporate, the more people know your damn business, the more likely somebody is likely to tell on your ass. And if you get slammed, because I had no faith in him, if you get slammed, I don't want you to get slammed because of me. So when he's asking me to bring him over into my world or whatever, I'm kind of, all right, give me some time. Let me think about it. Give me some time. Let me think about it. But I had absolutely, it wasn't because I want to be in competition with him or I didn't want him making no money. I don't want that heavy on me. You stay your ass over in that world. I'm not gatekeeping or nothing. I'm trying to save your fucking life. And I'm trying to save mine as well.
Let's get to it.
Have it go. I get my car. January 30th rolls around. I have to go to this preliminary. You know what I'm saying? So I drive through the night, get to the preliminary. And when I walk in, I see Fat Boy. I see my lawyer. I see Fat Boy lawyer. Now, I can't talk to Fat Boy. Verbally, I cannot talk to him. I'm not supposed to have no contact with him. Because, at this, we're co-defendants. So he see me, he nod his head, I nod his, we put together and all this other shit. We walk into this courtroom. First, the court. Let me tell you about this courthouse. We had court in the middle of bumblefuck. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who the fuck lives around here? The courthouse looked like a fucking barnyard. I could have sworn I seen cows in the back. I could be wrong, but I could have sworn I seen somebody's animals back there. It's wooden. It's not nothing that looks like a courthouse. So when I walk in, Fat Boy and them standing like this little foyer place, shit tight. And when my lawyer see me, I see speaking everything, they direct us to go back to this room. Now this room isn't real big, but it could have been spacious if they wouldn't have had this big dumbass table in the center of there. And they had this little podium. I guess that's what a judge said. But it was really a room. It wasn't no courtroom, no shit. Like it was just a room. Like a meeting room. So I sit down. Fat Boy sit across from me. My lawyer sit on the right of me. His lawyer sit on the left of him. And Ann walks this bitch. She walking in there all stank. I'm talking about the bitch had them shoulders moving. Had the weave that I paid for in her motherfucking head. Because I told you we had been to Rapunzel Me to get our fucking hair done right before this shit go up. No, I didn't. But we had went to Rapunzel Me to get our hair done in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Before this shit happened. Like a couple of days before this shit had happened.
She got the weave still in and a bun and she got her glasses on. Glasses that I hit from the fucking mall. You know what I'm saying? About the day this shit happened, or the day before this shit happened. I mean, she got on this ugly ass peach and tan suit and she walking in there like a coochie itch. And I'm looking at this bitch. She sit right next to me. I'm the type of person who likes to reach out and put hands on people. You know what I'm saying? So Fat Boy kicking me under the table and I'm trying to just pay attention, like look up and not look at this bitch. She's sitting so fucking close to me. I'm talking about close. So then it comes to a point where the judge asks this bitch like, yo, do you know, is the people who are the parties here? The parties of this complaint here. This bitch points to me. Don't look at me, nothing. Just point her motherfucking finger at me. When I say I want to take off on this bitch and knock that motherfucking bun out her fucking head, Fat Boy kicking me under the table. She points at Fat Boy. You know what I'm saying? All smug and shit, like she had really done something. Now, what I didn't say is, I told y'all that the bitch was already on parole for robbing pawn shops. Well, the people who she robbed the pawn shops with, she told on them.
Damn.
You know, she told on them. So the bitch got a history of telling. Another thing I didn't say is the pawn shops belong to her motherfucking mama. Now this bitch sell pussy. She's a snitch. And damn it, she robbed her mama.
Damn.
So that speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying? Listen. One of the people in my crew was locked up with her. When she was locked up for robbing her mom pawn shops. And this person knew that old girl was a snitch. She knew it.
Even before y'all start running with her. Wow.
She knew it.
Wow.
She knew it.
I didn't know that. You ain't never told me that. Wow. So somebody in the
so
crew
much.
already knew she was hot. Somebody already knew she was hot.
She was locked up with her. It's so many things to these stories that, because it's so many, I try to wrap it up like 20, 30 minutes, 15, 20, 30 minutes, but it's so many elements and there's so much stuff that I have not said. So every story you hear, there is 10 other things that's going on. But one of the chicks in our crew was locked up with her when she was locked up for robbing the pawn shops. She knew the old girl was a snitch. She knew it. She knew it. But she never said anything to Fat Boy. If you ask me, it was some hating shit.
Oh. Really?
Because you got to understand, in crews and shit like the one we had. Okay, let's just say me, right?
Right.
I was a worker and I grew, you know, but people don't like when you grow. People don't like when you grow. Because they can't look down on you. And you can't tell me what the fuck to do. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't one of those people she could tell what to do. And Fat Boy sided with me. Like Fat Boy, like nah, like me and Fat Boy was like that. We that's still my folks, but you know, Fat Boy was like, man, fuck all that. This, you know, like man, fuck, you ain't gotta, you know. And I'm like, I don't have the personality to listen to no bitch. It just is what it is, you know. And come to find out, like after all this happened, she was locked up with, and you knew this from jump. Damn, you knew this.
That's crazy. That's real crazy. I never knew that. I didn't know that somebody around y'all knew that this woman was already a rat and she was already hot. That's crazy. Man.
The day before this shit happened, I mean, she got on this ugly ass there like a bitch. Points to me. Don't look at history of telling. Another thing I didn't say is the pawn shops really done something. Now, what I didn't say is I told y'all that the bitch was already on parole for robbing pawn shops. Well, the people who she robbed the pawn shops with, she told on them. You know, she told on them. So the bitch got a history of telling. Another thing I didn't say is the pawn shops belong to her motherfucking mama. Now this bitch sell pussy. She's a snitch. And then she robbed her mama. So that speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying? That really, really speaks volumes. So I'm blue. You know what I'm saying? I'm annoyed. This court proceeding is over. They tell us what we got to file as paperwork and all this other shit. Shit is over with. So when we walking up out the courtroom, my lawyer had me a piece of paper. On the piece of paper said, "Man, let's hit the road." And that was all I needed to hear. That was all I needed to see, not hear. That was all I needed to see because life back in Chicago was horrible. My auntie was getting on my motherfucking nerves. I love you, Pa. I know you're gonna watch this. She was getting on my fucking nerves. My fucking boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, he done some fuck shit to me. You know what I'm saying? I had nothing there. I couldn't make no money out there, no nothing. I took my ass. As soon as I got in my car, I headed straight for Philly. You know what I'm saying? When I get to Philly, I get back on my shit. When I get back on my shit, guess who on my line? My ex. And this is why I call him a motherfucking opportunist. You know what I'm saying?
So just to recap, when y'all are in the hearing or whatever, the preliminary hearing, so you and Fat Boy is in there. And so Fat Boy, he give a note to his lawyer and they pass a note to you, and the note is let's hit the road, meaning let's get back to work and get back to hustling.
Yeah, let me, because I didn't explain this. Okay, so we walk in or whatever. I see Fat Boy. My lawyer is already there. You know, my lawyer is already there. I see Fat Boy and Fat Boy with his lawyer. Both of us done lost a few pounds. We stressed the hell out. Now, because we are co-defendants, we cannot talk to one another. So me and Fat Boy was not allowed to talk. You know what I'm saying? So everything is eye contact, or whatever. So I sit across from Fat Boy. Our feet is touching. So, you know, we can signal and shit with our feet. My lawyer sit next to me. His lawyer sit next, across from our lawyer. We sitting at this square table. We in this room or whatever. The judge is up there. Old girl walks out. They got her in a separate room. You know, she walks out. The judge asks, are all the parties here and all this? She pointed me and she pointed Fat Boy. Fat Boy kicked me up under the table. So we listening to her talk because she's the only one able to talk up in there, and she's giving her testimony and all this other stuff and what we did and all this other stuff. So every time she says something, like she lying her ass off with a lot of stuff she said, but Fat Boy kicking me and I'm kicking him, and all this other stuff. However it go, it's over with. They tell us we got to come back to court. They give my lawyers some paperwork. The lawyers go up there, they get the paperwork or whatever that we need to get, that we got to go file. And when I'm walking out, Fat Boy lawyer is talking to my lawyer because that's the only way we can communicate. Fat Boy keeps walking. You know what I'm saying? And they made us well aware that we couldn't converse with one another.
Right.
They let it be known, because if we talk to one another, we in trouble. We could potentially go back to jail, And so my lawyer tell me to wait while he's talking to Fat Boy lawyer, and I stand there. Fat Boy keep going or whatever, and my lawyer come back and hand me a piece of paper, and he tell me to read it outside. So when I go outside and I'm walking to my car, I open the paper. It say, "Man, let's hit the road." And I'm like, shit, bet. I ain't getting no second thoughts about shit. Nothing.
At this point, because you was really fucked up right now.
I was really fucked up, and my mental was so gone. They done blew all this damn money. They done blew all this money. I don't got a pot to piss in, a window to throw it out of. I'm at my auntie house. She telling me to only take a shower every other day.
Damn.
I was going through so much stuff. It's stressing me out just thinking about it. Constantly nagging me about shit that ain't even got nothing to do with me. Talking to me crazy. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, why are you talking to me like this? You
So they
know,
take a shower every other day, like to save on the water bill.
yeah. Don't flush the tissue in the toilet, throw it in the garbage can. What? Like what? Like it was just a whole bunch of look weird stuff. Then no, I'm being real with y'all because y'all don't know this. I done said it before, maybe in the C-HIVE, but y'all don't know this. She's having these private conversations with my ex, you know, telling him you gotta watch her because if they get her some time, she gonna kill herself, and she's trying to groom him so she can fuck with him.
Wow.
I'm not being funny. Like shit was blowing me because we over there. Like when me and him over there, she first of all, I was staying at a hotel, you know, and she tell me you don't have to stay at a hotel. You could come. When I bonded out, I went to a hotel. She told me you don't have to stay at a hotel. You can come over here. Your dude could come over here. We'll have to bam until all this is get straightened out. You know what I'm saying? And so she knows he's there. She know he's there. She'll walk out. We'll be in the living room. She'll walk out with no damn shirt or bra on. Talking about I ain't know nobody was in here. How the fuck you don't know nobody was in here when we talking?
Damn.
You ain't got no big ass house. Then she trying to put all type of psych meds and shit that she take, put it on like I'll wake up. Now, I'm not being funny. She got some weird shit going on with her house, but I could deal. She trying to like I'll wake up. She got psych meds and stuff right there. Like take these, it'll help you sleep, bitch. Go, you take them. You take them. And people set you up. Like people set you up for failure. Like it's y'all, man. Oh, I went through it.
Yeah, y'all can find a lot of these stories in the C-HIVE. If you join the C-HIVE on YouTube, you can find a lot of these stories inside of the C-HIVE, like in more detail of the actual surrounding events to all those things and everything that's going on. But let's get it going.
So when I'm down, you not that for Philly. You know what I'm saying? When I get to Philly, I get back on my shit. When I get back on my shit, guess who on my line? My ex. And this is why I call him a motherfucking opportunist. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm down, you not that for me. But as long as I'm up, moving and shaking, the motherfuckers like, yeah, look at Cece walk the bed. You won't have your motherfucking name attached to me. Yeah, the motherfucker was an opportunist and I was stupid because I fell for this shit. So ladies, beware. You know what I'm saying? Stop putting yourself out there like that. Because I carry myself like a big wig, like shit. Money ain't an issue. We here, we there, we doing whatever. And motherfuckers enjoying it. But when shit goes bad, motherfuckers ain't nowhere to be around. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I have a man. That's not even look. Motherfuckers don't want to be around.
I know you wanted to address that. Go ahead.
You say, how is my relationship with that? How is your relationship with that aunt right now? I haven't spoke to her in what? Almost 3 years?
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while.
Over and over and over and over again. I tried to. So I was really, when I came home from prison, I really was holding a grudge. And I'm trying to change my ways. One of the things that I think is so dope about Black is his relationship with people. You know, he really don't like people, but he makes sure he have a really good relationship with his family. He be there as much as he possibly can. It's like, okay, you know, let me try to be a better person and a bigger person. Because I really wasn't talking to people. So I made up my mind that I was going to, you know, start talking to my aunt or whatever. Now you got to understand, some people want you to have to need them in life. That's not my case. You know, some people love to see you down. And that's what makes them happy, because they could come around and slither around and roach around and shit like that. You know, and fast forward. Let's
when I get with Black, initially she was trying to give advice and everything about how I should handle my relationship with Black. Now, you don't know Black. You don't know him. You don't know him. And you can't keep a man, period. So why the fuck would I take relationship advice from you? You know? So I started our first anniversary, not our first anniversary, but it was our second anniversary. I was out here, it was our second anniversary, right? Black ended up buying me a Lexus truck. Buy me a Lexus truck. Now, understand this, I can't see. My eyes are very shitty. I wear glasses. I just don't put them on for real, but I really wear glasses. And I don't drive. I don't have to drive. I have a man that drives. I don't have to do shit. Nothing. And I'm not saying this to be funny. I'm not saying to throw it in nobody's face, but I'm just telling you it is what it is. I don't pump no gas. I don't have to change no oils. I don't take no car. I don't have to do nothing. But he bought me a truck so I can move around if I choose to. I don't choose to fuck to because I have a man. I don't drive. Black has never been in a car with me while I've been driving. That's not a thing. You know what I'm saying? So we got multiple vehicles at this point in time. And so I call my auntie because I'm so hyped. Like, damn, like my man just really bought me this truck. You know, he said that he got it and everything. So she want to see it, you know. Boom, I show it to her. She, oh, that's nice. I said, okay. She, when you gonna drive it? I said, what am I driving it for? Now, if I told y'all before, I had a damn driver, meaning I had a chauffeur. If I had a damn chauffeur that made $1,000 per week, bitch, if I don't have to drive, I don't have to drive. So I tell her, I don't want to drive. You know, I don't want to drive. So she's so pushy about me driving. I don't want to drive. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to drive. I don't have to, you know? So then she was asking me about how much the rent was at the condo. I tell her, I don't know. You don't know how much your rent is? I said, absolutely not. I don't pay no damn rent. I don't pay no bills. You don't pay no bills. So you don't know who the bills are. I tell her no. You know what I'm saying? She get an attitude about that. It didn't sit right with her. You know, that I don't know how much the bills and fuck. Why do I need to know how much a damn bill is if I don't pay it? Then she was asking me how much money he make. That's not your business, bitch. It's not mine neither. That's not my, you know, I don't go in his style. I just, why? Like, why does this bother you? Why does me not having to pay a bill or me not driving bother you? You know, okay, I'll leave that alone. And I vent to Black, I vent to my sister, whatever. I vent to them, get it off my chest. I hold my tongue. Now she's talking about, she come up talking about, I need to take care of her. She's getting older. I need to take care of her when she get old and all that. But you won't be walking around my goddamn house with my man when you get old. I wish the fuck y'all would. No, you know. Then, you know, the movie situation thing came about when I ended up signing with Jimmy Kimmel, and she wants to know the particulars of that and all this other shit and all this other stuff. Everything, all my ducks are in a row. It seems like all my shit is going, right? Now, while all my stuff is going, her stuff is crumbling. She has some issues going on with her job and all this other stuff. And she's going through whatever she's going through. Me, I'm an adult now. I'm not a kid, you know. So if I slide up there to Chicago, I'm going over there to see her, buy something to eat, stuff, you know, just little niche shit or whatever. You know, she don't got no kids. So I'm trying to be there. I'm trying to be supportive. I'm trying to be real to who I am. All right, cool. My last straw for her, because she keep like throwing little shots and every damn thing at me. My last straw for her is after we got that Lexus truck, Black ended up buying me another truck. And I sure, and you could see the look on her face. She couldn't hide the look on her face, right? However it goes, when you gonna drive it? And I'm like, I'm not going to drive. I'll drive if I need to, but I don't have to. I keep saying I have a man to drive. Right? So, she's pissing me off, asking me, you ain't gonna drive it around the block, you ain't gonna go nowhere. What the fuck am I driving around the block for? What is that to prove? Just to say you drove it. I don't have to say I did anything. That's my shit. You know what I'm saying? So so we changed the subject from that to my niece, my brother, daughter, and it was some shit, but we was talking about somebody being promiscuous. You know what I'm saying? So imagine, listen to this shit. I'm sorry, and it's a bit much, but me and Black is sitting there. I'm on FaceTime with my auntie. Now we having this conversation about this truck. It's turned into a conversation about my niece and how she's promiscuous or some shit. And this my auntie saying, I say she not. I say she's a normal teen or whatever. Guess what she said out her fucking mouth? Well, when you was her age, you used to be real promiscuous. I say, what? I say, I used to do what? Now, imagine at this point in time, I need 12 years old. 12, 13 years old. When I was 12, 13 years old, I was promiscuous. I say, who the fuck told you that? I say, who told you that? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'd have been molested, I'd have been raped, but who told you at 12, 13 years old I was promiscuous? Now, the first time I had voluntary sex, I got pregnant. My kids is not one person. Who the fuck told you I was promiscuous? Like, where this come from? She gonna say, well, when you stayed in my house, dudes used to call my house all type of night. When I stayed with her, I was 19 fucking years old, not 12 or 13. Not 12 or 13. And just because somebody call your goddamn phone, bitch, that don't mean I'm fucking them. So I say, just because somebody call your phone don't mean I'm having sex with them. So how am I promiscuous? Who told you this? You know, well, I thought you was, you was messing with them all. So it blew me, So I'm telling her, I said, no, you gotta explain this shit to me. She don't curse at me, deflecting. I said, you know what, you right. And I got off the fucking phone. I hung up. I was so mad. We was on our way to the phone store. I couldn't even go to the phone store because I was unhinged. I was pissed off. And I swore up and down. I said, this is my last time talking to this bitch. She's a fucking hater. So it gets a little deeper. I get on the phone with my sister. I'm mad. I get on the phone with my sister. And it's like, if you opened your mouth and said that to me, you've been saying this to other people. You know what I'm saying? Because when I say, well, where you get that from? Like, who told you that? Like, who? Name somebody I slept with. You know what I'm saying? I outside of my baby, name somebody I slept with. But you wouldn't know these. You wouldn't know these facts unless I told you this. You don't know none of this. Listen, y'all, I get on the phone with my sis, and my sis tell me all this shit this lady had been saying about me over the fucking years. Y'all, I had this condo before I moved to Philly. I had a condo before I moved to Philly. My shit laid. You know what I'm saying? My shit is laid. My sister come to town with a whole bunch of damn clothes. Like, she had been gathering clothes and everything. When she talked to me, she like, I got some clothes for the girls. Now imagine, my kids got some of the best of every goddamn thing. I hustle my ass off to take care of my kids. Well, according to my auntie who get her gossiping ass on the motherfucking phone, she talking about we living in squalor, filth. My kids dirty, had nappy, everything. She talking about my kids ain't got no pay. How would you know this? How would you know this? So my sis, when she come to Chicago at that point in time, she got all these goddamn clothes, used clothes and every damn thing for my kids. Now, we all know I don't like going to thrift stores for no goddamn clothes. So I'm like, okay, maybe she's just trying to do a nice gesture. So when she walk into my house, she gets embarrassed. And she dropped the clothes. And she tell me, she said, Pooh, listen, she said, I apologize to you. She said, I apologize so much. She said, the impression that I got was that your house was nasty, your kids was nasty, they ain't had no clothes. I walked through my whole goddamn house like, what are you talking about? Like, listen, I went through, and the stories went back years and years and years and years to the, like, it went, even with the stuff with my brother, my brother got killed. I had to pay for my brother funeral. She sat up there, she told everybody that she paid for his funeral, and I didn't do a goddamn thing. Like, when the fuck you come in at? Like, when did you get here? Like, how did you even get in the equation? And she told my people this, and they get on the phone with me. And so I put her on the three-way, and she don't even know that they on the phone. And she said, "Oh man, it was so much shit." I said, "I want absolutely nothing else to do with this fucking lady." Like I realized, like you like to see me when I'm fucked up, and you try to throw some dubs on how fucked up I am, just so you could come around and be the fucking hero. Like you ain't. She's a miserable bitch. I don't fuck with her. It is what it is. So that's the answer to the question. Hey, sorry, Ali. I'm sorry, y'all. I done went all off.
Went off the deep end, but let her cook.
It's a terrible thing, and I don't mess with it. She done done me. She done done stuff to me over and over and over again. Even with the whole situation with my daughter, when I put my daughter up for adoption, even though my brother went to go get her, nobody knew who my daughter was. Nobody knew what my daughter was. She took it upon herself. Only people I shared that with was her and God, but of course the adoption agency, and my brother. She took it upon herself. I was trying to protect my baby at that point in time. She took it upon herself to tell every fucking body what my daughter was. Like, why? What points do you get for doing this? She has done more things over and over and over and over again just to try to hurt me, and I've never done anything to this lady in my life. So for those reasons, I can't deal with her. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ain't an issue. We here, we there, we doing whatever, and motherfuckers enjoying it. But when shit goes bad, motherfuckers ain't nowhere to be around. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I have a man. That's not even. Look, motherfuckers don't want to be around when shit is down with you. They only want to be around when shit is up. Them fair weather ass men and women. So y'all be careful and protect yourself. Have it go. I get back on the road. I'm doing my shit. You know what I'm saying? Boom. I'm doing my shit for a couple of weeks. I get all the way back up. I'm talking about I get back up. I have to go to Chicago for my daughter's birthday, which is February 20th. I go to Chicago for my daughter's birthday, and I'm playing this decent ass party. I'm going to rent hotel rooms. I got this shit all mapped out in my head. I'm trying to get my kids back, together and shit. So Fat Boy tells me, take Milton with you. I said, for what? Milton's my driver. What am I taking him with me for? I'm not going to work up there. I'm going to, celebrate my daughter's birthday, and then I'll come back. Man, y'all might want to do something when you leave there. Just being, because at this point, I'm back working for Fat Boy. So whatever he says goes. And I don't want to take him. You know what I'm saying? Once again, go against my better judgment. Go against my better fucking judgment. I take him like a fucking idiot. Now, he don't want to stay. My driver don't want to stay at the hotel in the suburbs where we stand at. He wants to stay motherfucking downtown so he can sightsee. But he could have sightseen on his own fucking time, not on mine. You know what I'm saying? Have it go. I get the room and everything down in the suburbs where I wanted to be at. And I'm rushing. I have to rush. Now, when I was on my way to Chicago, I stopped. And grabbed some blank check paper, some ink, but this wasn't for me. This was for somebody else. People don't know the stuff that I was doing and car cracking is two different things. Somebody needs these blank check papers. That's all I'm saying. And I was grabbing them because I was by a place that had them, and I was taking it to them. Now I got this up in the room. I got these blank checks up in the room. I'm talking about I got 1,000 of them. I got those up in the room. They sitting out because I was pulling shit out the bag because I'm rushing because I got to go downtown and take this motherfucker to the hotel, and I got to run back for my daughter's birthday party. So I got this shit sitting out. So when I leave up out the room, I put a do not disturb sign on this door. Leave out, boom. Now, all the time when I leave, I got to turn back around to come back to the hotel. I had got probably like 30 minutes away from the hotel. I had to turn back around, come back to the hotel because I was rushing. So I left my cards in there. You know what I'm saying? I left my cards and my IDs. I left the shit sitting right on the bed. But I'm not worried because I put a do not disturb sign on the door. Now, I just checked into the hotel, and I'm pretty sure the motherfucking the cleaning lady seeing all the shit I had because I had my kids with me. We got Burberry, Gucci, this, that, and the third. When we left out, we ain't had none of this shit. So once again, I put the do not disturb sign on the door. So when I get to the hotel, I run upstairs to go in there and grab my shit. So when I put the key inside the door won't open. So I go back downstairs to the fucking clerk at the desk. I say, yo, my key not working. What room is it again? I tell him the room. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is one of my, listen, I'm bisexual. I'm finna say what the fuck I gotta say. This ain't a gay guy. This is Cece. He older. Yes, he a sissy. You know what I'm saying? This dude, he key the card. You know what I'm saying? Key the card. I run upstairs. The card don't work. He hit the, so I have to run back downstairs again to tell him, yo, this card not working. He like, I don't know. Sometimes it's the machines and all this other shit. He do the shit again. I go back upstairs. The key works. I go in the room, do what I got to do. I had to pee. I went to use the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Made sure I'm not leaving nothing. I still leave everything else exactly where it's at, all out. When I get back downstairs, the lobby is full of motherfucking police. Damn. So when I went upstairs the first time and the key didn't work, he had notified the police. Now, I don't know what the issue is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting ready to walk past and a police officer stopped me and said, hey, are you, what the fuck was this name? Have it go. It's a crazy ass name I checked into this hotel in under. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was like Horowitz or some shit like that. Some shit that ain't black. Some shit that ain't black. Some Jewish name or some stuff. Just a real fucked up, you did. So I'm like, yeah. He was like, well, can I see the card that you used? And I'm like, why? He was like, because we got a call from the clerk here, and dude standing back like this and shit, like a proud moment. You know what I'm saying? He's standing back. He said, we got a complaint that that you're setting up a legal operation here in the hotel. I'm like, the fuck is you talking about? Unbeknownst to me, the fucking hotel, the cleaning person went upstairs inside my room. 9 times out of 10, I was going up there to steal some shit. Seeing them, the cards and shit laying on the bed and seeing the check paper, and went back downstairs and told the clerk, like, I'm gonna get ready to set up shop up in here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what? He was like, yeah. So one of the police officers talked to the clerk, and the clerk, walks away while the other police officers is standing there talking to me. And the clerk takes this police officer upstairs. You know what I'm saying? To show what the fuck they talking about. So I'm thinking like, man, I got this driving the car with my fucking kids because my kids is with me. So I'm like, all right. Now, when I look through the door, they done pull they cruiser up behind my truck. So my driver gets out, when he looked and finally see me, I had like a red jogging suit or some shit. He see me, he get out the car and he come up in there and he like, everything all right? So I'm looking at him like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm finna talk to these people. And I say, you finna get the fuck up out of here. I need him to get my kids up out of there. And I don't need him fucking with anything else that's in. I don't need them fucking with anything else that's in that truck. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to go to jail. So I say, I'm finna talk to them and you finna get up out of here. I say, I don't give a fuck what you got to run over. You don't stop until you get to safety. But of course, I'm not finna tell no shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't stop driving until you get my kids to safety, until you get yourself to safety. So
shout out Saudi, baby. Shout out to you.
Hey, Saudi Ali. We all got family like that, sweetheart. We all do.
So just to be clear,
thank you.
Milton had went and got your driver, your driver had went and got the kids and brought them back. So they all out in the car. Were they in the car or were they in the lobby?
They were in the car. I was just running up.
So they didn't know what was going on inside the hotel and nothing like that. He just walked in to see what was going on.
I walked out.
Oh,
I walked out. They thought because they had, I couldn't go nowhere. It was police standing outside. It was police standing in the lobby. So he had got out the car and he see me. I walk up to him and tell him to get up out of there. So he parked, cause I was driving. I had parked by some, how them beds of roses and flowers and everything. And I had parked by that. So he had to run over there in order to get out. Because
Just
they
leaning
had,
over a flower bed to get out of the thing. Wow.
and I told him to take my kids, to drop my kids. I man, this Nene birthday. And I wasn't thinking. I ended up taking all three of my phones. I had all three of my phones, and I had all my money on me.
Wow.
Instead of like leaving that stuff with Nana.
So all the money that you had made on the road, you had it on you at that time.
And all three of my phones.
Damn.
And they confiscated all of it.
And you could have turned them over to them right then and there when they was pulling off.
Yep.
Okay.
I should have just kept my burner phone, but I wasn't even thinking.
Yeah. Let's go.
I tell the officer, I say, listen, I'll tell y'all everything y'all need to know. Now, when I jumped out the truck to come up in the hotel to run upstairs to get my shit, I got all my phones on me. I got 3 phones on me, and I got cash. I got like $6,000 in cash on me. So I tell myself, I'll tell y'all everything y'all need to know, you know. So they standing around listening. It's 4 of them. It's 4 of them that's there. They standing around listening. I'm talking to them like, yeah, shit, I checked in. I was like, but I don't see no harm, you know. And in the midst of me talking to them, I was like, can I use the bathroom? Can I use the bathroom? So they all walked me to the bathroom. When they walked me to the fucking bathroom, which was like right down the hall, my driver hauled ass. He got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? He got up out of there. And I was cool and I was comfortable with that. So when the dude came back downstairs, when the police officer and the clerk came back downstairs, that, you know, he had this shit. He had the check paper and he had the ink and shit in his hand. He carrying it, and the clerk is telling him something. And I hear the clerk saying, "Yeah, I don't. They have stuff here. I don't want them coming back to the hotel. You know, who's to say this is dangerous and all this straight sissy shit. It is what it is." And you can't say I'm gonna get some goddamn because I'm a part of the alphabet. Get the fuck out of here. I'm afraid you're a whole motherfucker.
I'm gonna say this because I avoided saying this, but I ran into him.
Oh, the clerk? You ran into the clerk since this incident went on. And what happened?
I was with one of my little people. Had him fired his ass. Smacked the bitch right up out of him.
Damn. Poor young fella. You ready? Let's go.
Fucking man, and you afraid? What the fuck you scared of? Close your motherfucking mouth. Y'all had no business going in my room. You know what I'm saying? They placed me under arrest. And you know, I wasn't no problem. It was just smooth. They took me to the police station that's out there by them in the suburbs or some shit. I was able to stay on the phone all night, figuring shit out. They took me to the county early in the morning. And they gave me an I-bond because I never had a case in Chicago. I never had another case nowhere other than the one I'm out on bond for. Okay, so when they give me an I-bond, you know, I never even made it upstairs in the county again. I was still in the booking, but they give me an I-bond. When I bond out, you know, I sit down in Chicago for a couple of more days and I hit the road again. Now, this time when I hit the road,
let me talk about you. I mean, not you. Let me talk about this. Let me talk about this. So, okay, so they take me to the county. I stay in the bullpen until it's time for me to go to court, right? So the bullpen in the county is the girls' bullpen is right next to the dudes' bullpen. Right. So, you know, everybody in there rowdy, man, I'm getting out and all this other shit. I'm fresh. I had on new Jordans. I had on a little jog. I had on a nice little Montclair jacket. I'm fly as hell. You know, I got on a nice little hat, little scully, my weave long and everything. So the dudes in there going crazy. Like, I don't want to fuck with her. I want to fuck with her right there. These other bitches said, they said all this type of stuff, right? So we up in there talking shit. We bid, you know, we're in there talking shit. And I'm standing there, I'm waiting on them to you know, call me to go to court. Well, you know, get us so we can go to court. All right, they get us to go to court. We standing up in there. And as I'm standing there talking to the judge and he's giving me the I-bond, I feel a big ass
something fall out of me.
Oh. Oh, something fell out you.
A kid.
A kid fell out of you?
I'm standing there. I get this damn cramp. This crazy cramp.
So this is another time. You was pregnant again by the same dude, and you miscarried again.
I didn't even know I was pregnant. I'm standing there talking, and my stomach get to hurting, and I feel something just slip out. I'm like, shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm telling them, like, the judge give me the Avon. I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. So they like, okay. So they give me there, and when I get there, you know, they gotta stand there. I'm using it. Like when I pull my clothes down, it's a big ass clot.
Damn, that's wild. That's wild. That's wild.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Rolled again. These like the back when they give me an Avon. You know, I never even made it upstairs in the county again. I was still in the booking, but they give me an Avon. When I bond out, you know, I sit down in Chicago for a couple of more days and I hit the road again. Now, this time when I hit the road again, these like the batch of work that I was getting, these cars and shit, ain't one hidden for nothing. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't hidden for nothing. Wasn't hidden for nothing at all. And I'm like, yo, I need to make some money. You know what I'm saying? I keep getting hit. I need to make some money. So Fat Boy tell me, he said, well, I got some other shit. I just got some shit. You could try out because I'm trying it out too. It was cashier's checks. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is go in there, buy a gang of shit, especially if you're using clothes, buy a gang of shit. So if your purchase is $300, you paying $400. You giving them $404. Because they come in $100 increment. Each one of them is $100. So if your shit is $300, $300, 301 or some shit like that, you give them $400 and they give you the rest back in cash. So I was for months, I was riding around getting it with these fucking cashier checks. You know what I'm saying? So October comes.
So for clarity, you got traveler's checks. They come in $100 increments. You go up in the store. The way you hit for this is you're gonna get all the clothes. You're gonna go shopping with the motherfucker. So if you got a $400 purchase and you go up in there with $400 increment traveler's check, you know what I'm saying, and the total is $301, then they're gonna give you gonna get all the stuff out of there, as well as the change, which is $90-some back from that purchase after you done spent those traveler's checks in there. Right.
And let me go a little further with this. So even though you're going up in there, let's just say clothes, even though you're going up in there and you buying clothes and shit, your goal is to give you the goal is to get this receipt. Because if you pay for these purchases in TC's traveler checks, if you pay for these purchases and you return it, they can't return traveler checks to you, so they give you back cash. Kohl's has a no hassle policy. No matter what you paid for, how you paid for it, you get cash back. No questions asked. Not only does Kohl's do that, Red Lobster do it. So it's a gang, gas stations do it. It's a gang of places you can use traveler checks at. And if you return whatever, they have to give you cash.
Damn.
Office Depot, Home Depot. Well, not Home Depot, Office Depot, because not Home Depot. Home Depot is with the cards. You can use swipes up at Home Depot, because if you here's the thing, swipes. When you say swipes, these are cards that's demagnetized. So when you swipe it, the machine can't read it. They can't read it. So that forces the cashier. Home Depot is the place to type in. So it forces the cashier to type in the numbers, right? When the cashier type in the numbers, a screen is going to come up on your end on that little box, and it's going to ask you for the zip code. You put in whatever zip code to their number, and it's gonna process and go through. This is good for all type of purchases. It's good for Home Depot gift cards, because you could get $600, $1,000, $2,000 gift cards.
Wow. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
And it's time for my new batch. Like, I done got good at this shit like that. You give them $400 and they give you the rest back in cash. So I was, for months, I was riding around getting it with these fucking cashier checks. You know what I'm saying? So October comes and it's time for my new batch. Like, I done got good at this shit. It's time for my new batch. I'm trying to stack as much money as possible. And I get a package sent to me. Instead of them sending the package to Chicago, because that's the way I was, instead of them sending the package to Chicago, they send a fucking package to Springfield, Illinois. So I have to drive to Springfield from Chicago and get this package. So while I was out, y'all know how I'm always talking about creepy shit. Like, stuff happens in the universe that's just weird. This is one of those weird things. Because why send the package 4 hours away from me? Like, how did you even figure this shit out? You know? Go ahead and listen to this. I was like, fuck it, let me see my sending the package to Chicago, because that's the way I was. Instead of them sending the package to Chicago, they send a fucking package to Springfield, Illinois. So I have to drive to Springfield from Chicago and get this package. So while I was out there, I was like, fuck it, let me see my grandma, because I got family in Springfield. Now, motherfuckers not from Illinois or Chicago don't know that Springfield is not fucking Chicago, you know? So they just fucked up my mail. So I was able to get my package from the post office, well, the UPS store that they sent it to. And I went to go see my grandma, which was the last time I seen my grandma alive in person. So, you know, my grandma told me, like, Pooh, be careful and all this other shit. And it's all right, grandma, you know what I'm saying? I'll take a little picture of and all this other shit. She in the nursing home, and I going on about my way. Now, I got family in Minnesota because I was already in Spring.
I'm sorry. Wait.
Okay, so things that people don't know about my grandma. My grandma practiced voodoo. She had her own little rituals and all this other stuff. This is what my grandma did. So I hadn't seen my grandma since my mom's funeral, you know. And so just so happened they sent my package to Springfield. Now, while I'm out there in Springfield grabbing my package, I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and see my grandma, you know. And so I go ahead and I go to my grandma. Now, at this point, my grandma is blind. She's blind and she can't see. But when I walk in the room, she knew I was there. She called my name and everything. And I'm saying, Grandma, how you know it's me? She say, baby, Grandma, no. Now, I sit over there and talk with Grandma for a while, and I tell her I'm about to, you know, I'm not finna stay long. I'm not about to stay long. I'm gonna hit the road and all this other stuff. My grandma goes on to tell me, like, she want to pray for me, you know. And my grandma said a prayer that I ain't never heard in this goddamn lifetime ever. I don't know who she was calling on. I don't know who the hell she was praying to. But she did it. Like she's speaking. Now, one of the things that I don't know if I talked about this, but when I was younger, when I was pregnant with my oldest daughter, they did an intervention to save my mom because my mom had OD 3 times. So we moved to Springfield where my grandmother was. I was just finding out I was pregnant. Like, I hadn't even confirmed the pregnancy with my oldest daughter. I'm a kid. And my grandma, one of the things that creeped me out about my grandma was when you pregnant, you know, your body is really sensitive to everything. I was sleeping on the couch because the dog had the bedroom. So me and my brother slept on the floor on the couch. But I'm sleeping on the couch and we had found out that I was pregnant. Well, the couch felt bulky to me, so I got up to try to fix the pillows or whatever. And when I moved one of the pillows, I discovered that there was a voodoo doll up under the damn pillow I was laying on.
Damn.
And so, kind of creeped me out. I got my ass up out of there. I took my ass back to Chicago when I was a kid. That's how I was end up like being separated from my mother and my brother. That's how I ended up back in Chicago, and they stayed in Springfield. But fast forward to this point in time, when I went out there to get my mail, my grandmother said she put some shit on me. She put it on me. That's what she did. And she told me everything was going to be all right after this. And I didn't know what the hell she meant by everything was going to be all right after this. Was you going to deliver me from the damn case? Absolutely not. Keep listening. And let me see my grandma, because I got family in Springfield. Now, motherfuckers not from Illinois or Chicago don't know that Springfield is not fucking Chicago, you know? So they just fucked up my mail. So I was able to get my package from the post office, with the UPS store that they sent it to. And I went to go see my grandma, which was the last time I seen my grandma alive in person. So, you know, my grandma told me like, Pooh, be careful and all this other shit. And it's all right, grandma, you know what I'm saying? I take a little picture of and all this other shit. She in the nursing home, and I going on about my way. Now I got family in Minnesota. Since I was already in Springfield, I got family in Minnesota. It's like, fuck it, let me slide to Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? I can see my family up there, and Minnesota is an untapped market for me. And you know, I shouldn't have any problem. I'll take my yellow ass up to Minnesota, baby. And it changed my fucking life. I get up to Minnesota. Now, first of all, the people in Minnesota, black people in Minnesota, it's like they have this type of thing about them, like, you can't do that here. Don't do that here. You know, me, I'm just like a badass little kid. I want to get into everything. So in the midst of me seeing my family up there, I'm moving around, busting shit down. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying at my sister's house. I got, you know, I'm around some love and all this other good shit. I'm making money. I'm around love and all this other stuff. Now, check this out. Kohl's clothing store, Kohl's department store. They have this thing. You pay with cashier checks, traveler checks, whatever. TCs, traveler checks. You know, I've been calling them cashier checks. They traveler checks, TCs. Now I've been paying with these traveler checks. You know what I'm saying? Kohl's has a no hassle return policy. So no matter what you buy, no matter using whatever form of payment, they're going to give you cash back. No questions asked. So I'm going around through the Kohl's stores fucking it up. You know? So I put in my GPS, I locate all the Kohl's stores, and I'm just going. I'm just going. So I found myself in Steele County, Owatonna, Minnesota, which is like the Indian reservation or whatever. Now, that morning, before I left out my sister's house, I end up grabbing my money unconsciously, which was like $32,000. Unconsciously putting it in my bag. Now, as I'm driving on the road, hitting these Kohl's stores, I'm also hitting like Office Depots and all this other shit, because all these places take TCs. So I'm talking about the car I'm in, the truck I'm in. I'm talking about I got massive shit up in there. I had about $70,000 worth of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about I'm racking up. I'm getting money and I'm getting products, because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sell this shit. You know, I'm gonna sell it. I hit Owatonna. I go into the first Kohl's. You know what I'm saying? Now I got other bags and shit from Kohl's. I'm buying shit and returning shit. I'm doing all this. So I buy from one store and return to the next. Now I had already bought from another Kohl's, you know what I'm saying, on the way there. So I was going up in there to return. So I went up in there to return, which I did, got the money. You know what I'm saying? So I see a coat. I see this jacket, and I see it was like a purse, and I see it was a couple of items. I grab them and I go and I purchase them using the TCs. The purchase came out to like $400. It was like $400 and like 83 cents. I get them $500 worth of TCs. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Now what I'm gonna do is I get the change, put it in my pocket, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the next code, take that shit back. Everything but that damn jacket, because that jacket was bad as shit. I wanted that jacket. I was like, oh yeah. So when I get to the next code to take the shit back, I return it, but they tell me they can't see the receipt good, so I got to go up to the front, which is weird. So I go up to. Okay, backstory.
Freedom March.
Freedom March, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. I love your stories. The one about church was especially moving. Listen, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. And thank you for everybody that's tuning in today. I appreciate you.
Backstory.
So listen, the backstory was the whole time, like when I left grandma's house, right? When I left the home grandma was in, when I left the home grandma was in, from the time I got on the road, my ex was on the phone with me. Because I had hit him up to tell him I had miscarried. Now, what I didn't say was when I got out, when they gave me that I-bond, he was the one who came and picked me up. He had came and picked me up. So he was on the phone with me the whole damn time. I'm going all day checking on me. Like I say, when I'm up, everybody around.
Everybody looking. You ready?
Yep. To the front, and I guess the next call to take the shit back. I return it, but they tell me they can't see the receipt good, so I got to go up to the front, which is weird. So I go up to the front, and they got a whole register for me and everything. They so nice and all this conning shit. All the fucking time, the other codes I had went into had put out a bulletin to all the codes saying that they had a black girl, not a black woman, not an African American woman, but they had a black girl coming into their stores in their neighborhood, passing off fake TCs, traveler's checks. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know this. She go ahead, she do the return, she give me the money, she give me all the cash back. And as I'm walking out the store, I'm talking about we had a decent little conversation, like a 5-minute conversation. To think of it, the bitch was holding me there because every time I tried to walk off, she offered me some more shit. Well, do you have a rewards card? Well, do you do this? Do you have an email and all this other shit? I'm talking about she overdoing her job. So
the scammer got scammed.
Oh, it gets better.
Check it out.
So when I turn down every fucking thing possible and walk out the store, it's a black SUV parked out there with the window down. It's a white guy up in there. You can tell he's an officer. And it's 2 other officers standing there. And I'm not thinking shit of it because maybe they just security. So as I'm getting ready to walk through the lot, one of the officers said, "Excuse me, can we talk to you for a minute?" So I turn around, look at him, I said, "No." You know what I'm saying? So then I try to walk off some more. So the one who in the SUV, he pulls back. He bags back. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to block my path. So I stop. So the other 2 officers walking up on me, like, "We need to talk to you." I said, "What the fuck you need to talk to me for?" Well, we have our reason to believe that you're passing off fake money. I said, "I ain't got no fucking fake money." I said, "All the money on me is real." So then I think, like, bitch, if you try to take off running and get to this car, they're going to see everything that's in the car, the money, the merchandise, and everything. So take your stupid ass back in the store. This is a conversation I'm having with myself. Then somebody else say, "Yo, let somebody know what's going on." So I turn around and walk up in the store, and all the time I'm texting Fat Boy, "Yo, they got me." They got me. You know what I'm saying? So one of the officers see me texting. He grabbed my hand and snatched my phone. But that text got through. Nah. He grabbed my hand, snatched my phone, and he told me, "We're placing you under arrest." I said, "What you placing me under arrest for?" He said, "We're going to tell you." That's what he said. "We're going to tell you." They put handcuffs on me and walked me to the back. They walk me to the back and sit me down, and they got somebody back there that's going through the cameras and shit. So one of the dudes who's sitting at the computer, he's at the computer looking through the cameras. He say, "We seen when you pulled up. We seen the guy driving. Where they at?" I said, "Where they at?" Now, imagine, this is how they all think. They think you one sole person can't do it. You black And these are all white people. I was on the black person there, which I need my ass whooped, because why the fuck am I the only dot in this whole, why am I the only piece of coal in this whole land of snow? You know what I'm saying? That's my fucking fault. When I seen the fucking cornfields and the windmills, I should have turned the fuck around. I don't know what was wrong with me. Have it go. You know, they telling me, you know, they looking for the car. They know they seen the guy who I was with and all this other shit. I'm like, shit, he in another parking lot waiting on me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we're gonna get him. These motherfuckers, you can hear it coming through the they little walkie-talkies. They stopping random motherfuckers. So I'm thinking like these motherfuckers gotta be stupid. So I'm thinking like, man, bitch, tuck these keys. Imagine they got me cuffed. I got my keys in my hand and I'm holding these bitches tight because it's just a little doop doop. You know, I'm holding these bitches tight and you can't see them and I'm not going to let them go. I'm not going to let them go. I held these fucking keys in my hand so tight the whole time. I'm telling you what I did with them. Because if they got my keys, they could get to my fucking car and I got all that stuff in there. They booked me, but of course they booked me. They take me to Steele County Jail over time. So when I get up in there, you know, they dress me out, wash my hair, lice it out, all type of shit. Get my ID and all this other stuff. What they charged me with was not no boss shit. Them motherfuckers charged me with the most embarrassing shit that I think it is, which is retail theft. You know what I'm saying? Out of all this fucking shit I'm doing out here in the world, you charge me with motherfucking retail theft like I'm out here stealing panties, socks, and rotisserie chickens or some shit like the other bitch. You know, like a number one good kisser. Dang. No, I'm a boss, bitch. You don't charge me no fucking retail theft, but have it go. So, you know that's what number one good kisser was locked up for, right?
No, if y'all don't know who number one good kisser is, that's the old lady in FUBU that she beat up on her first day in jail.
Rotisserie chicken and fruit cups.
She got caught stealing rotisserie chicken and fruit cups.
Yep.
You beat up a woman in a Newport pleasure jacket with some FUBU shoes that got arrested for stealing rotisserie chickens and fruit cups.
Yep.
Oh shit! What she was stealing rotisserie chicken and fruit cups from Walmart.
I don't know, but the bitch was in there for stealing rotisserie chicken and fruit cups, and they locked their ass up. But here's the thing with crackheads. They love rotisserie chicken and fruit cups. I don't know why.
Oh, no.
Yeah, them motherfuckers.
That's a jailhouse meal. That's some shit they'll put on your tray. A lid quarter and some fruit cups.
Listen, I would rather be locked up for fraud than stealing some goddamn panties and fruit cups and rotisserie chickens. I'm sorry.
Oh shit! You ready?
Mm-hmm. So when they, you know, like a number one good kisser. No, I'm a boss, bitch. You don't charge me no fucking retail theft, but have it go. So when they send me in the shower, when I got to overtime, I still have my keys in my hand. You know what I'm saying? When they dress you out and all this other shit, they never told me to open the palm of my hands or none of this shit. I stuffed them keys so far in my pussy. It wasn't even funny. I sure did. Oh, no. I sure the fuck did. And bitches up. Wait a minute. We was talking about that this morning.
Hey, listen. Well, she's on the phone right with the girls. She's on the phone with three of the girls. And she tell this story about shoving these keys up in her, you know, and them girls was so shocked and appalled. It's like, Mama, we do not want to know every damn thing about you. That's cool. We know you did that. We do not want to know that. I heard one of the babies like, oh, just like I just let out. One of the babies like, oh no, I mean, these kids is grown. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah, because the keys, listen, you're asking why I put the keys in my coochie. I put the keys in my coochie so they couldn't get a hold to the keys because I didn't need them getting a hold to that car. I had tens of thousands of dollars of shit in the car. I was going to be charged with more than damn retail theft.
But that's good though, because you had a lot of bread in the car. You had a lot of stuff in the car.
It's good. The coochie is the prison pocketbook, baby. Listen, they cannot stick their hand up in your coochie. Exactly. They had to go somewhere, and I wasn't finna flush them because I didn't need them returning back up. Not right then and there. So I put them in my coochie and held on tight.
One of them girls that out the word is like, ow, ow, when she said that this morning.
Mimi!
So funny. Was that Mimi?
That was Mimi.
That was Mimi. Oh my God, that shit was hilarious. I was sitting up there, I was in there confused, like, what you shut your God damn. He just goes overboard all the time.
It's not even overboard. Them kids is grown with kids.
The kids said specifically they did not want to hear that shit.
That's after I said it.
She said, Mom, we know a lot of stuff about you. We don't want to hear that shit. We don't want to hear that shit, Mom.
I was preparing them.
Preparing them for what?
Shit, I was talking about jail.
Oh my God. Okay, y'all. Here we go.
You know what I'm saying? Out of all this fucking shit I'm doing out here in the world, you charge me with motherfucking retail theft like I'm out here stealing panties, socks, and rotisserie chickens or some shit like the other bitch. Like a number one good kisser. No, I'm a boss, bitch. You don't charge me no fucking retail theft, but have it goes. So when they send me in the shower, when I got to overtime, I still have my keys in my hand. You know what I'm saying? When they dress you out and all this other shit, they never told me to open the palm of my hands or none of this shit. I stuffed them keys so far in my pussy, it wasn't even funny. I sure did. I sure the fuck did. And bitches can stuff dope and shit up and then get high. I can stuff my keys up in my pussy so these motherfuckers won't get my car. Have it go. When I get up in there, I get on the phone. I start calling Fat Boy. I call my sister to let them know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to get me out of here. I just caught that case in Chicago some months ago, and I'm still out on bond. So, listen, I was supposed to leave Minnesota that day. The very next day, I was supposed to show up at my kids' school to pick my children up from school. And normally when I tell my kids I'm going to do something, 99.9% of the time, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? That day, that very next day, my daughter got put out of school. My daughter was a whole handful, but she was at a basketball game. Her sister was playing in. The office attendant wasn't fucking with her in the way she was acting, put out of school. It's fucking October. She's trying to walk home from 87th and fucking Wallace to 85th and May. She cuts through the metro train Vidart. 3 dudes snatch my daughter, beat her, rape her, rob her. When they find my daughter, you know what I'm saying? When they find my daughter, she's walking down the street asshole naked and bloody. All the time I'm in fucking jail, charged with retail theft. I don't know this. So what's going on with me, that's what's going on with my child. What's going on with me is I'm trying so hard, so fucking hard to get somebody to go up there to that fucking Kohl's parking lot and get that car. All the time they had went up there and told it because my sister and Fat Boy was taking forever about this whole about who's getting a tow truck and all this other shit. And it didn't follow. I don't want to put that off for my sister because it wasn't my sister. My sister got thrown into this shit. You know what I'm saying? She's just trying to be there for her little sister. I'm the baby. I threw her into this. So she's just trying to figure out what's most logical or whatever. They took forever getting the fucking tow truck up there to get the car, so the police got it. Mind you, they charged me with fucking retail theft. The $32,000 that was in the car never came up on the report. None of the merchandise that was in the car never came up on the report. None of that shit. They kept that shit for that dirty ass motherfucking town. And with that, y'all, I'm going to conclude this. Y'all be smooth, and I'll see y'all Saturday.
Well. That was a lot right there. That was a real heavy one the way it ended. Why are you sitting there looking like that?
Just remembering all that stuff.
That was a lot. I mean, that the ending was very, very tough to hear. That's wild. Very, very tough to hear. So we finna get ready to switch. We got some different stuff going on over
Hey, Drew.
What's up, Drew Titan? What's up, Drew Titan in the building? What's up, homie? We finna get ready to switch over to Twitch. We got some stuff going on over there. We finna do some stuff over there. Let me see if I can get the Twitch. Let me get the Twitch the Twitch address pulled up.
Y'all, we finna switch over to Twitch. If you own Twitch, come on over there. The party is about to keep going. We're about to do something a little different, but we always have fun. So I see y'all over there. Thank you. Thank you. And yes, Grandma told the truth. After this, everything will be okay. She didn't lie. I don't know who the hell she was praying to, though. Y'all come over to Twitch.
Yeah, we finna get busy over there. We got, I just dropped the link in the chat to everybody on YouTube. We appreciate all. I love y'all showing everybody that came through and dropped some and show love to the stream. We appreciate y'all.
CC_reacts.
Yeah, it's in the chat. Y'all come over there and subscribe. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Bye, y'all.